All right, what's up, guys? Yeah, I got a story time, bro. I don't normally do story times, but we're gonna pull a Luna in 2026, and we're gonna give you guys a good old story time. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna waste your time, bro. This story doesn't end with me punching somebody in the face, or it doesn't end with me like kicking somebody in the coochie. It really is just a story about why I hate my old boss, dude. My fucking old lesbian boss. And yeah, let's just get into it, bro. So I used to work at this place. I'm not gonna say what it's called, but it's very similar to Chipotle. It's pretty much just a straight up Chipotle ripoff. So for this story time or whatever, you can just imagine that I'm working at a Chipotle. Like the store I worked at is literally only in one state, and they have a few locations around the state. And we had a Chipotle right across from us. Except unlike Chipotle, we don't get like 15 members on staff whenever we work. We would get like 5 or 6 max. So working there was hell. It was terrible, and the food really is not even that good. So yeah, dude, it sucked. I don't know why I worked there for like a year and a half, bro. I should have quit 2 weeks in because I didn't catch the hint. And that's probably what 50% of the hires did. They would quit within 2 weeks. I'm not even kidding. It was so bad. And we were getting paid 10 an hour, which it's not terrible, but let's be honest, bro. In this economy, $10 an hour, you ain't getting nothing, bro. You're broke as fuck. So yeah, dude, I get hired under this one manager. I'm not gonna say any names, but we'll just call her original manager. All right. I get hired, and within a week, she's gone. So I don't know why. She was just quitting as I got hired, and so we got a new manager. And this guy was a character, bro. So this manager, he probably lasted for like 4 months, maybe. Yeah, within a year and like a few months, I probably went through like what, 5 or 6 managers. Yeah, I don't even know, dude. It was crazy. But yeah, this dude is a character, and eventually he just ends up getting fired, bro. He's just not good enough for the job. He was very weird. He might have been a pedophile. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even lying. There actually might be like a police report that needs to be filed. He was really weird. He was probably like 6'6", and he was pretty big, and he had like dyed hair, and he had like a mohawk almost. And yeah, I don't know, dude. But eventually, yeah, he didn't last, and he pretty much gets fired, and pretty much instantly they have a replacement. Now, this replacement is the manager I don't like, bro. She was the worst. But the thing is, we had seen her kind of come in and walk around a little bit, but we didn't really know she was going to be the new manager, and she didn't say hi to anybody or introduce herself or anything, like nothing like that. But I guess she was taking notes, dude. She was doing research while she was like getting this onboarding. It was really weird. But in order for me to talk about how I met her, I have to talk about the day before. So I'm sorry, but this day before was probably one of my worst days working. Like I ended up getting sick pretty much mid shift. We were short staffed, so we had about 4 people. And it's literally me, my best friend at the time, my shift lead, who's actually a chill guy. He was really chill. He's told me a story time I could probably tell in here as well. And then we have one other gay dude. All right, not that it's wrong to be gay or anything, but he was gay as hell. He was really gay. Not to get off topic, but there was actually a different gay guy that I ended up getting fired because he was like coming on to me. I didn't even really do it on purpose. It was my shift lead who didn't like him, but this guy was like always trying to fix my hoodie and like touch me and stuff. And I'm like, I think I just turned 17, and this guy's like 25, and it was like really weird because he obviously was like really gay, and he was like he wasn't gay. I guess he was polysexual or something, and he had a partner like a couple states away that he would FaceTime every night or something. Yeah, let's just call it for what it is. This guy was like mentally challenged, but yeah, dude, my shift lead like saw him trying to fix my hoodie, and he said something, and like a whole investigation got launched, and HR called me, and I just was like, yeah, I mean, he does kind of make me feel uncomfortable, to be honest. And he got fired, bro. He got canned. But yeah, that's not even part of the story. All right, so the day before I meet this character, okay, the manager I don't like, this character, she has the most cartoony name ever, but I can't tell you because I don't want to like get in trouble or anything. I don't know how all that shit works. We're just gonna call her Charlie. Okay, Charlie. Okay, so the day before I meet Charlie, I have the worst shift ever. We're short staffed, and it was just terrible, bro. It was like top 3 worst days, and I get sick mid shift. So I get so sick that eventually I'm literally just sitting there making this girl her burrito, and I'm like, bro, I can't, dude. I would told her, I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. I put it down. I took my apron off, and I just went into the bathroom, and like, you know, I spent so long in there. I was just like, oh yes, dude, hopefully she's just gone when I come back, because I was sick, dude. I ended up throwing up later that night, but we're gonna get there. So I come out of the bathroom, and I come back, and she's still there, and I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, leave, bro. I went to the bathroom because I thought I was gonna throw up, but I didn't. So, you know, obviously I still wash my hands and shit, and we use gloves and all that shit anyway. But, you know, I finished wrapping up her burrito, dude, and make her pay for it. She leaves, and she was like saying like, you guys need some more help here tonight, right? And I'm like, yeah, dude, we do. But, you know, whatever. The shift closes. My shift lead. Well, actually, bro, I forgot. This is before the shift lead I like. So this is a different guy who is also a pedophile. I'm not gonna say his name, but yeah, he pretty much. Sorry, I got this shit all confused now, but basically, terrible night, terrible shift lead. It's basically me and my buddy trying to survive this shit. And you know, at the end of the night, terrible shift lead. He starts coming down so hard on us, bro. He like hates us. He's like, "What the fuck happened?" He literally said, I went back there whenever the shift's done. He's like, "What the fuck happened?" And I was like, "What are you talking about, bro? We're literally short staffed and you're standing back here doing jack shit. What the fuck are you talking about?" Obviously, I didn't say that. I was just like, "Bro, I'm sick as fuck." And then like 10 minutes later, I threw up and eventually he fucking chilled out. But yeah, you know, bro, he knew that I wasn't feeling good, bro. And he knew, like, I think he came to his senses, bro. He was like, "Yeah, tonight's fucked. Just don't even bag the trash bags." Cause that was like the last thing we had to do anyway. He's like, "You're good to go, dude." But yeah, so I leave, I don't bag the trash bags, and I come in the very next day. And now Charlie, is that what I named it? Charlie, the lesbian new boss manager. All right. She's sitting there waiting for me to come in. She's like leaning on the counter, and I come in and she yells at me. She's like, "Why?" Like, she's like screaming. I can't scream right now because it's like late and, you know, people are sleeping, but she's like screaming. She's like, "Why did you not bag the trash bags last night?" And I'm like, "Yo, like, what are you talking about?" She's like, "The trash bags were not bagged when I came in this morning." And in my head, I'm like, okay, this is not a big deal, bro. Like, are you such a bitch? You can't even put trash bags in a trash like bin? Like, I don't know, but I just tell her, I'm like, yeah. So my manager, my shift lead, actually told me that I didn't have to bag them because I got sick, and he let me go. And she was like, "Okay, so you just do what you're told." And I'm like, "Is that not what we're supposed to do?" And then she goes on, she's like, "I know everybody around here knows their responsibility, and unbagged trash bins is not going to fly. We're not going to do that. I'm going to hold everybody accountable. Yes, I know the shift lead didn't bag them either, but you work here and you were supposed to bag the trash." She's like going on, like, I think she's literally like about to, like, it felt like she was strangling me in my mind. It felt like her mind took my mind and was like strangling it. And remember, I'm like 16 at the time. I'm like, bro, I don't even know how to handle the situation. Like, I should have just manned up and be like, "All right, I'm fucking quitting, bro." But, you know, she's like going off on me, bro, about these fucking trash bags. And I'm just like, dude, I literally threw up last night. Like, I got sick as fuck. And she was like not hearing it, bro. She's like, and by the way, we don't meet or anything. She didn't shake my hand. I don't even know her name at the time. I didn't even know she was a new boss. Like, I was like, is she the new manager? Because I knew we were getting one. But, and then she goes on to like tell us, she's like, she told me like her name. She was like, "All right, I'm Charles. I'm the new boss, and we're making some changes around here." And she doesn't ask for my name, and she just walks away. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, this is like a hell. Like, it's just like my job is like transforming into a worse hell than it already is. I should have quit at that moment, but I didn't. But you know, dude, I just didn't know that things were just gonna keep getting worse. So you know, give it some time. Eventually, she learns my name. She's just a bitch all around. At all times, she's a bitch, and she's like screaming at us at all times. Like, she could not talk a normal way. It was always like a bitch screaming, like being mad. And let me just tell you her build, bro. She's probably a little shorter than me, and she's got a shaved head. She's wearing a hat all the time, okay, because we have to. And she's like pretty chubby. She looks like she's spilling out of her shirt. But yeah, dude, this bitch, like, I'm sorry, dude, she was a straight up bitch. Like, and the thing is, her tone would completely change whenever Taylor Swift came up. So if that gives you an idea of like what she is like, that's it, bro. Like, she'll be screaming 1 minute, and like someone brings up some Taylor Swift concert, she's like, "Oh my God, me and my wife are going tomorrow." And so her wife actually turns into a character. Her wife, she worked at the same, not the same location, but she worked the same like company or whatever in a different store. And her wife was an assistant manager or something, and she would always come over to our store to help us close off the clock, just to like help her wife get out earlier. And so my boss, Charles, this fucking bitch, ugly as fuck. I'm sorry, dude. She's ugly as fuck, and her personality is ugly as fuck. And I'm not gonna cut her any slack because she straight up just treated everybody around her like trash. And it honestly, like, the customers would like just leave terrible reviews about her too. It was terrible. But she actually, so this Charles, her wife, is actually like not bad looking, and she's actually like pretty nice of a person. She seems like a normal girl. You would never think she had a wife or anything. But the thing is, Charles would always be on the phone with her wife, screaming at her wife. Like, I know the story's hard to follow, but I don't give a fuck. So Charles would always be on the phone, and we could just hear her screaming at her wife on the clock, like always screaming at her wife, just like, "I told you to do this. I told you to do that. We can't be doing this." All that. Like, it was like, she's fucked up in the head. She was like just verbally abusive, bro, straight up. And even when the wife would come in to help her like close early, Charles would just be like screaming at her sometimes. Like sometimes they would get along, but you never heard them joke. You never saw them like have any like hug or anything, which I understand. Obviously, you shouldn't really be hugging, but like I don't know, dude. It just is like there's no affection here. It's just like Charles just got herself a wife that is just extremely like obedient, like a yes man, and she would not stand up for herself at all. And as a result of that, bro, Charles would just always be screaming at her. And like I low-key just felt bad. And like everybody around, like we just kind of knew that's how she was. So we didn't really say anything. Cause like me for one, it's my first job, bro. I don't like have the balls to like quit and get a new job. So I'm just like putting up with this fucking shithole of a job. And no joke, bro. We probably had like 2 or 3 pedophiles. We've had like 2 people who've gotten out of prison and like they got a job there. We're switching through managers like crazy. And yeah, dude. So there's really like no other specific moment that I remember. She was just always a bitch, dude. Charles specifically was always a bitch. And she's just like one of those ladies like, dude, she was like, she thought she was like a gangster. Like she didn't talk like a gangster or anything, but like anytime she had a problem with you, she would just get like 1 inch away from your face and scream. And like you don't have anywhere else to like, you have to look in her eyes, because if you look anywhere else, you're just like, ugh, like you're just looking at her fucking terrible skin, dude. And it's just like, but eventually I think there was some inspection or some shit and she failed. And I think it pissed her off because she got mad at us because they failed the inspection or something. Like the employee, she as the store manager got mad that we didn't do good enough. And if I'm being honest, dude, this store was always just shit. There was no fixing it. Like sorry, lady, we're not going in the drains to like scrub everything. I'm talking like under the store. Like she wanted us to do some crazy shit, bro. And we had like a fucking like not roach, but like I don't even know, dude. It was disgusting. It was terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, dude. I know this story's like not even going in a direction anymore, but yeah, basically she quits. But there's one more thing, bro, that just made me hate her even more. So my first write-up ever, bro, my first time ever getting in trouble. I normally clean the dishes, but one night when I closed, because I always had to close, and it was closing is fucking terrible as well. But one night I had to actually let me back up a little bit. One day we had a meeting and she's like screaming and cussing at us like about how we're all bitches and we're not good enough to fucking work at this stupid ass job that nobody fucking cares about it like in the first place. We just want a paycheck. She's like screaming how we're not fucking good enough. And she says like one of the last things she ends off on is like we're gonna start dealing out like major punishments, like super like criminal, not criminal, like super villain shit. Like we're gonna start dealing some major fucking punishments around here. And I just leave like, oh my god, I had to wake up at 7 a.m, come to this dumbass meeting for 1 hour to get screamed at. Yeah, dude, whatever. So give it like maybe a week, and I'm closing the main lobby, which I never do. I always close dishes, bro, but somebody fucking put me on the main lobby for some reason. And yeah, I'm cleaning it, right? I do everything perfect, bro. Clean the tables, I'm cleaning the fucking floors, mopping, sweeping, like doing everything, bro. Cleaning like the counters, all this shit. Okay, so the next day I come in after I close, my assistant manager, she comes up to me. She's like, "Did you close the lobby last night?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" She's like, "Can you come to my office?" And then she basically just writes me up, bro. She's like, "Yeah, basically you did a shit job. And specifically the main reason we're writing you up is because there's like one counter, specifically one like drawer that opens up underneath the fountain drinks, and we wiped under it and it was just straight black, like just not mold, but like just like it was dirty as fuck, basically what she was saying. And she was saying like it's unacceptable, we have to write you up. And I'm like, I didn't even defend myself, dude, because I was just like, okay, like I don't care really to get a write up, and I know I'm probably just being made an example out of because I'm not really one, like I said, bro, to stand up for myself at the time, because I did not like just understand the situation I was in. It was a shit fucking job. But yeah, I get written up for this stupid ass thing. By the time I'm thinking like, bro, if you were to wipe under it and it was like as dirty as she was saying it was, that means like the fucking 20 people who closed the lobby before me didn't do that shit either, bro. And trust me, I never closed a lobby, so I made sure to do extra thorough like cleaning to make sure I got everything, because I was like an overdoer. I would always overdo shit. And they're getting on to me about this one fucking counter specifically, how underneath it's like kind of greasy and like just like it's like the bottom of like a door hinge. You know what I mean? Like if you ever had those like greasy door hinges and shit, but that's like the whole underneath of the counter. And it's like, bro, sure, dude, I fucked up. Maybe just warn me next time. Cut me some slack. I never closed the lobby. Everybody knows that. I was the dish guy. I get that shit done in like fucking 5 seconds. And yes, I did clean the dishes good, bro. Don't come at me for not cleaning shit. But, I don't get a warning. I don't get anything, bro. Just a straight up fucking slap in the face. All right, you're getting a write-up. Like, basically threatening my fucking, like, well-being of working at this job. Like, I make a living working at this fucking job. And you're, like, threatening my chance to work here because... there's a fucking like dirty underneath of a counter that literally like it would not be that dirty if the person before me would have wiped it. It would have been sparkly clean. It's something nobody ever fucking touches. But for it to be as dirty as it was, it had to be like that for like at least a couple fucking months, which means nobody did that shit. Nobody did the job right. And they're taking it out all on me, bro, just to make an example, because a week prior, bro, she's talking, we're gonna start dealing some major fucking punishments. And I'm just like, bro, like, I literally want to come to this rip-off Chipotle and just like hang myself from their fucking ridiculous ceiling, because they had ridiculous designs everywhere. It was fucking terrible. This place, I'm not even gonna lie, like brought a lot of like fucking just stress and depression when I was there. And you know, I got a new job now and I'm fucking chilling, bro. This job's good. I'm probably gonna quit here soon as well, but you know, it was a good run while it lasted, bro. It did not make me feel anything like this past job, bro. So, you know, I have a bunch of story times from this job, but I know this wasn't even like a direct story time, but it's just like, bro, my fucking old lesbian dyke boss was a straight up supervillain, bro. I don't even know if I'm making it sound that bad, but like you just had to be there. It's like some shit out of a movie scene. Like you come in, it's like a horror movie about an evil boss. You come in and she's just like screaming at you about some fucking trash bags. And I'm like, bro, like I feel like I was about to die last night and you're yelling at me for trash bags. And she's like, yes, I know you know your fucking responsibilities. And I'm like, bro, he told me to go. I thought he was gonna bag them. Like, how the fuck am I to blame for this? But, you know, whatever, dude. But yeah, that's pretty much it, dude. I know that was a terrible ass story time, but let me just tell you some other potential story times from this fucking place that I worked at. All right, so I got some like weird gay guy fucking fired. My chillest fucking shift lead there, bro. My like one of my like I wouldn't say best friends, but like one of the like closest guys I was there to had a whole story about how he ran from the fucking cops when they were in a helicopter looking for him and his friends. I have a story about one of my shift leads just kicking people out because they were being like a bitch to all of us. We would have, you know, one of like the Indian people, like, you know, like the like drive up, bro. They would like DoorDash, bro, the DoorDash, right? You know what I'm talking about now, dude. They would come in on their phone being loud, and I'm not even trying to be like discriminatory or anything, but like these, like they would always just be the same like 10 Indian people who would just come in loud, and if we didn't have their order ready the second they stepped in, they like threatened to kill us. But they would just be screaming like, when is my order gonna be ready? When is my order gonna be, like, just screaming at us. We're all like fucking 16 there that worked there, and my shift lead just came out and he's like, all right, buddy, you're fucking banned. Like, you're never coming back. We're fucking blocking you. And the guy just leaves like fucking screaming. There's so many terrible reviews about the place. They couldn't get the AC working for like a year. One time a homeless guy locked himself in the bathroom when we were closing. Another time, we would always close at a very specific time, and we would close, and a lot of people would get really mad when we were about to close and we didn't have like food left, even though we closed in literally 2 minutes, and they're like fucking like screaming at us because we don't have food. It's like, bro, we don't have any more food for the day. And you know, sometimes we would close. There would be people outside flexing money on us to try and let them in. Like, they're, because the doors are glass, and they're standing outside flexing money, like he's literally doing a money spread, and then he like walks away. We're like pointing at Chipotle because it's across the street. One lady tried to scam us because we had a very like vulnerable system you could take advantage of, and I pretty much let her because I did not give a fuck about the job. I completely let her scam us, and I let her like get her kids meal like her kids meal looked like fucking 10 times bigger than any adult meal. And then at the very end, she like she has like on her she has like her shower like bonnet cap, and at the very end, like after I spend like fucking 20 minutes making her food, she just looks at me and she goes, I ain't paying for all that. And then she just turns around and leaves. She literally turned around and left. And then I was like, okay, that was weird as fuck. And then my like old manager comes out and he's like, bro, that lady just snitched on your ass. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, bro, look at this review. And she wrote like an essay about why I was the worst fucking worker, and she name dropped me, and she said that I had no idea what I was doing. And like, for the record, bro, I was not the best worker there. I was not like the ultimate salesman, like they wanted you to be like, oh, you want all this extra stuff, like basically trying to scam everybody. I was just like, you know, I was chill, bro. I just worked there, and I'm like, yo, what can I get you, bro? Like, what can I get for you today? Just, you know, I was good. People in and out, bro. Get them their food. I don't fucking try to like charge them $1 million for the food. That's that. But this girl, bro, like I said, I let her totally scam us, and she doesn't even want to fucking pay for it. And then she just turns around and leaves, bro. And that's that. And she gave me like the look of like she wanted to kill me. And I'm just like, bro, like, you're fat as fuck. Can you please like just go home and stop eating this place? You're gonna get diabetes. But that story has a continuation, because my second job, I ended up seeing her and she didn't recognize me, but I was checking her out, bro. I was a cashier and I checked her out and I was being nice because I recognized her. I was like, bro, please don't recognize me because like I know she's gonna hate me. She didn't recognize me and I checked her out and I was being nice and she was like, you're so kind. Thank you so much. Like please have a blessed day. And then she left. And in my head, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like that pissed me off so much. I'm like, bro, why is she being so fucking nice? Like, but she can, like, how can you just have such a personality switch on the same fucking person when you don't even realize like I'm a different person? Like, oh my god, like I don't even have words to describe like how that made me feel. I'm just like, dude, like if there's anything you should take from that, like just if people are like hating on you or just being like a bitch, just like don't even fucking think about it, bro. Because at the end of the day, they're the fucking bitch. Like that was crazy. Like I don't even know how to like just to take the time out of your day to write my name and a fucking essay about why you hate me so much, like under like our Google reviews. And I'm just like, dude, like why, bro? Like I literally did nothing wrong. But then like you're telling me like fucking God is blessing me the next time you see me. It's like, bro, just come the fuck on, bro. But yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this video to be 22 minutes long, but you know, it is what it is, bro. So yeah, dude, I'll catch you guys in the next one.